Hello students, we are going to learn about 12th standard computer science syllabus through this video. What they are given in our syllabus. There are 16 chapters are there. This year we are going to learn new computer language called as a Python. So we already learned C++ in 11th standard. If you learn properly, it will be very easy to you. I just split our syllabus into 4 different categories. What are the categories are there? 1. Problem solving techniques. Second, the core of Python. Third, database concepts. And fourth one, integration, Python program with the database and C++ language. So the problem solving technique contains 4 chapters. The Python contains 6 chapters. Database contains 2 chapters. The integration contains 4 chapters. Altogether, there are 16 chapters in our syllabus. The problem solving techniques we already learned in 11th standard. The last 3 chapters of the volume 1. The continuous of the problem solving technique. This year we are going to learn 4 more chapters. One is called as a function. The second one is called as abstraction. Third one is scoping. And last one is called as a algorithm. The first 4 chapters are there. What are functions? Simply it is called as a modules or subroutines of the program. Abstraction shows only the essential data to the user. Other data need to be hidden. That concept is explained in abstraction. The third one is called as a scoping. Scope means accessibility of the variable, one function to another function, or one program to another program, or one block to another block. The last one is called as algorithmic strategies. What is called as algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. How to write that? Last year we studied already the Chamberlain programs and everything. This year we are going to know about the strategies of the algorithm. In the type 2, the core of Python, there are 6 chapters are there. One is variables and operators of the Python, control structures, that means the selection statements and looping concepts of Python, functions, the call by value, call by reference, parameters, passing parameters, everything, strings, the set of characters, list, tuple, set, and a dictionary. 4 concepts are there. Altogether, it's called as arrays. In C++ we studied arrays. Here there is no named as arrays that are split into 4 different concepts: list, tuples, set, and dictionary. The last one is classes and objects. Object oriented programming concepts are introduced in the chapter number 10 only. The third category contains the database. What is database? What are the different types of databases? What are the benefits of the databases? And how to store and retrieve the data in a database? That we are going to learn by these 2 chapters. The last category, integrated Python with the database and C++. Here CSV files, importing C++ files, data manipulation with the database, data visualization. Comma separated values are called as a CSV files. C++ we are typing in a C++ editor and we are running there by using the command run or control plus F9. The same C++ program can be run by using the Python integration. Python can run C++ programs also. That is a more advantages here. Data manipulation, that means storing, retrieving, modifying, deleting, everything we can done by using the Python program. Visualization. What is called as a visualization? the pictorial representation of the values. By using piplot methods, we are going to create different type of charts in Python. Now we are going to start our chapters or learning from category 2. Why I chose the type 2? That means the core of Python is very easy to learn. It goes very interesting manner also. That's why I chose the core of Python. Actually, the Python is a very popular language. It is developed in 1991. Most of the technical and technology giants like Google, Instagram, IBM, Disney, Nokia, all the people are using Python programming languages only for developing their softwares and everything. Why they are using the Python? What is the comparison between the other languages and Python? The Python is a very easy, more readability. The syntax we can learn very easily. We can write very simplest of coding. The size of the coding also very less. It also supports the high level scripting. What is called as a scripting? Scripting is nothing but it makes our websites interactive with the users. Generally, our websites are static contents only displayed. Nowadays, all the websites are contains scripting codes. It interacted with the users. At the same time, along with the OOPS concepts also, object-oriented programming structure concept also. The Python was developed by Mr. Guido van Rossum. He is a mathematician and also computer science engineer in Netherlands. He developed and released in 1991. It is a general purpose language. It supports procedural. What is called as a procedural? Modular based, algorithm based, step by step procedure based language. Example Pascal, C language. And also object oriented programming structure, C++, Java. If you want to go the object oriented program structure, we have to use C++ or Java. If you want to use the procedure language, C or Pascal, like that. But a Python is a single language, can support both things. What are the key features in Python? Why we need to learn Python? It is a general purpose language, what we studied already. It is used for developing the scientific and non-scientific programs. Scientific programs also. It is a platform independent. What do you mean by platform independent? Platform means operating system. It supported by all the operating systems. Windows, Linux, Unix, Xenix, whatever the operating system you are using, you can install and run your Python program. The programs written in Python are easy to readability and understandable. You can study very easily. Simple codings, you can achieve anything. How we are going to write our codes in Python? C++ we are having separate editors, right? Here also we are having separate editor. That editor is called as IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. How we are saying that? IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. So if you are having Python program in your system, you can use it. Otherwise, you can download by using the website. It is a very easy and install also. www.python.org. That is a website. You can use it and you can install it. Actually, Python program contain two different modes. The first mode is called as a interactive mode. The second mode is called as a script mode. What is interactive mode? Interaction between the user and the computer. Okay. If you are asking any questions to the teacher is answering you. If the teacher is asking any questions to the student is answering. That is called as interaction. Interaction between the peoples. Likewise, the Python program also interacted with you by using the commands. How the interactive mode is visible? Here they are given a commands: start all programs Python 3.x, that means 3.4 or 3.7 or 3.0, whatever it may be. Then we are going to choose idle. Otherwise, you can use the icon, the desktop icon. Double click on the desktop icon, it will open the Python window. Actually, the interactive mode, also known as a simple calculator. By using this, we can do the simple arithmetic calculations very easily. For example, if you type 5 plus 10, it displays 15. If you type 5 plus 50 into 10, 505. 4 into 3, 12, like that. So the simple calculation can be done by using the interactive mode. We are going to write a multiple line code, you can use script mode. Okay. Before going to the script mode, we will see how the interactive mode is look like. It looks like this. I just open the same thing in my system and show you. For that, start all programs Python 3.4. I am using 3.4 only. So idle. If you click that, you will get a window like this. And also it displays a prompt, the 3 greater than symbol. There only you are going to type your codings. Now I am going to display our subject name. Print within the double quotes. Okay, within the double quotes, computer. When you enter this, it displays the results. Whenever you are pressing the enter key, the Python executes your coding and it displays the results. This type of execution is called as an interpreter based execution. What is called as interpreter? There are two types of translators in programming. One is interpreter, another one is a compiler. In C++ we used compiler, but Python we are using interpreter. Interpreter means a line by line execution. Once you type a single line, it translates into machine readable form and it executes that. Then only it moves to the next code. The line by line execution is called as interpretation. Now we go to the next example. 5 into 5, 25. Okay, it displays the results. Actually, all the mathematical arithmetic expressions, we can use it. Plus used for addition, minus used for subtraction, and asterisk symbol used for multiplication, slash is used for division. You know that already. In C++ also we are using the same symbols to do the calculations. But in the slash, the symbol slash, by 8 divided by 2. Generally 8 divided by 2 in C++ displays only 4. It displays only the integer portion of the result. But here it displays the decimal portion also, 4.0. Another one example, 8 divided by 3, 2.66, like that. Okay. So how can we get the integer portion alone? 8 double slash 3. It displays 2. It displays only the integer portion of the result. Okay. One more symbol is there in Python, that is called as a double star. What is use of the double star? 3 double star 3. That means 3 power 3. 3 power 3 means 3 into 3 into 3. So 27. So we go to the one more example. 2 power 3. 2 double star 3. 2 power 3 is 8. Got it. We are going to display your name. The simple print statement is used to display the messages. The symbols plus minus everything we can use it. You can use variables also. X equal to 10. Okay, it interpreted and assigns a 10 to the variable x. Y is equal to 20. It stores the value 20 into the variable y. Now I am going to use the one more statement, c equal to x plus y. What it happens? It automatically adds the value of x and the value of y and store to the variable c. Now I'm going to display the value of c by using the print command, print c. That's all. It displays 30. The same coding we can type and execute in script mode. Okay, shall we go to the script mode? Right. The script mode, how we can open the script mode? By using the command file, new file, or control plus n. A untitled blank text editor window will be displayed like a notepad. You can type your codings, your programs, and we can run it. So one thing we have to keep in our mind, before run our Python code, we have to save with the py extension .py. That means Python program. Okay, how it will look like? See here, the same notepad like a notepad window. I'll just type the code a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, c is equal to a plus b. Print the result is equal to c. If you saved and run our program, the output screen like the interactive mode window, it displays the results. Result is equal to 20. Shall I show the demo? What is that? Start, all programs, Python, idle. Okay, we already opened. File, new file, or control plus n is the shortcut key. Here we can type x is equal to 25, y equal to 35. I am going to add these two values and store it in a c. C is equal to x plus y. I am going to display the result, print result is equal to comma c. Okay, now we can save file, save option. I am going to give the name for the file, program 3.py. Save. Now it is saved with the name program 3.py. Run. Menu, run module option used to execute our coding. See here, it restarted and it displays result is equal to 30. Why it is 60, 25 plus 35, the result of 25 and 35. Now I am going to change the value 250 and 305. Once again you have to save and run. Whenever you are clicking the run option, it translates each and every coding and it executes one by one, not the entire program. C++, the entire program is translated into machine code and it executes, but here it is not like that. It translates line by line. Okay, run. 555. Are you all got it? The difference between the interactive mode and also the script mode. The script mode, we are going to type the entire program. Interactive mode, line by line execution. Got it? Okay. Now, how to display the result of the program by using the command called as a print. The print is one of the function in Python. It displays the messages or the value of the variable in a program. What is the syntax of the print command is print the prompt string. The prompt string may be a messages or a variable. For example, print welcome to Python program. If you type like this, you will get welcome to Python program. It displays the messages. See our program, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6, z is equal to x plus y. Print is it. How it will be executed? It assigns 5 to the variable x, 6 to the variable y, and it adds x plus y, and the result of the x plus y stored in a variable z. Now the z will be displayed. The value of the z is 11. So it displays only the value. Now I am going to compare the message and also the variable. Within the double quotes, I just type the messages. Why we need to type within the double quotes whatever the value you are given within the double quotes, you take it as a strings. Okay, the sum is equal to, it is a message, so I just type it within the double quotes. So I'm not going to display the value. I'm not going to display z. I'm going to display the value of the z. So I'm not given the single quote or a double quote here. The sum is equal to comma. Comma is a separator between the more than one item. Okay, the sum is equal to 11. This is the output. You are going to display the value of x, y, and also z. How? Print the sum of, okay, the sum of x and y is z. See carefully. The sum of is given within the double quotes and the comma is here. X without double quotes, comma, within the double quotes and comma, y separately, comma, within the double quotes is, comma, and z separately. So the variable need to be given without the double quotes. Then only the value of the variable will be displayed. Otherwise, it displays z. Okay, we will see in a demo. Now, the same coding, print within the double quotes the sum of, comma, x, comma, and comma, y, comma, within double quotes is, double quotes close, comma, c. Enter. Print c alone. See here, double quotes open, double quotes close, comma, x, comma, double quotes open, double quotes close, comma, y, comma, double quotes open, double quotes close, comma, c. That's all. Okay, shall we save it? Save, run. Result is 555. The sum of 250 and 305 is 555. Simply 555. So the last line 555 is here. We displayed using the print C option. The second line, sum of x and y is c. The first line, result is equal to c. Are you understand what is the use of the print statement? Print is the most important command in Python program language. By using this only, we are going to display our results. Okay, how to get the value at runtime? Here we are directly assigns 250 to the variable x and 305 to the variable y. Suppose I want to add some other values. I have to change the entire program. For that we can use the input statement. What is called as the input statement. It is used to enter the data at runtime. What is the syntax? Input of the prompt string. The prompt string may be a message or a null. No need to type any messages. We can simply give the open and close bracket, that is enough. Suppose if you are going to display any messages, enter your name, enter the variable of value for x, enter the value for y, like that. You can type the messages. See here, a equal to input of enter your name. So I am going to type enter your name Arjunan. The value Arjunan will be stored in the variable a. It accepts all the data, all the different types of data as a strings or a characters, not numbers. If you enter 20, it take it as a strings only. If you enter 30, it takes as a strings only. If you add a plus b, 10 plus 30 means not a 40, 10, 30, 1030. To change the strings into integer part, so we are going to use the command called as a int of. It translates the strings into integer. It converts the string data into integer data. Okay, how the coding will be equal to int of input of enter the value. Shall we see the demo? Okay, here I'm going to retype the entire coding, or shall we go to the next new one, new file. Okay, x equal to input of enter your value. How to take it as a string? So I have to convert this by using int of. Okay, and y is equal to int of input of enter the value. Enter any value. How many open brackets you are using? The same number of closing brackets need to be written in the same line. Now I am going to add z is equal to x plus y. Now the print statement within the bracket, print result is equal to comma z. Now we will save the file save, program number 4.py. Shall we run? File run. Enter your value. I am going to give 30. Enter any value, 20. Result is equal to 50. I got it. So whenever you are running the same program, for example F5, enter your value 40, 30, 70. So you can give different value in different time. For this reason only we are using input statements here. Okay, now we change the value int of. If you take it out, the int of statement from the both command, what will happen? Okay, file save, run. Now 50, 50, it displays 5050. Why? The 50 is not a value, not a number, it is a string. Another 50 is added with this, so 5050. Both the strings are combined, concatenated, and it displays the results. Are you all understand? So we will see the next video.